Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant. We are back for some more Pillars of Eternity. So in the last episode I was exploring the Wooden Plains after doing a quest here to find the Holy Scroll of Wael, which I think somebody in my party has it. But right now I can't find it. And we also picked up Eben's Grimoire, that's right. I gotta check the spells here. Let's hope I don't forget. So this is an NPC we found. Does not seem to be hostile, so let's just talk to her. Jalen Dimath. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Reach out for the soul. You see a group of robed figures sitting next to a fire. This woman, much younger and smaller, sits with them. They are discussing travel and making plans, deciding which road will get them to their destination fastest. A rustling noise catches the attention of several members of the group, and they stand, watching over the fire, straining against the darkness to see. An enormous shadowy figure makes its way into camp, and the darkness slowly parts against the firelight to reveal who it is. Many members of the group stand, readying weapons. Others quietly invoke their god, preparing spells for battle. The girl looks around, confused, when the man sitting next to her stands, holding out his arms. He chastises the others in the group for not showing the proper hospitality to a stranger. The man walks toward the ogre. Oh god, it's an ogre. Hand extended, speaking words of welcome in its own tongue. The ogre stares at the man for a brief moment. Then, with a swiftness seemingly unnatural for a being of its size, it swings the club it had been dragging behind itself. It connects with the man's head, causing a wet, crunching sound. The woman to the girl's right screams and rushes to the man's side, covering half the distance before the man has even fallen to the ground. From the darkness all around the group, terrifying and blood-curdling shouts answer the screams of those in the camp as more figures approach through the darkness. Okay, so people... Oh, I didn't notice this was a golden name. This isn't relevant for the game. Tucked under the flap of this bedroll is a relic of some kind, a small conch shell strung with seaweed. Ooh, camping supplies, but we are maxed. Okay. We might be able to rest if we find a battle in this region here. Or even if we don't. Just so we can proceed to the next area fresh. Why does my memory, my brain tells me there's lions over here, and they are not easy lions? I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Okay, yeah, so if I remember this, it probably means it's not gonna be pleasant. I don't have any level 2 spells. Woof! Okay, so we are gonna camp here. Because I want to try out this fight. I remember it being difficult. I'm just not sure if it was before I knew how to play the game or not. Okay, so I'm gonna point at Beast. Everybody point at Beast. Okay. We're gonna rest. Oh. You awake to see Durances, his staff held in both of his hands before him. A flame flickers at its top end, casting long shadows across his face as he stares in contemplation. Still, for all the light of the fire, your eyes can't focus on him. Perhaps it is awakening from sleep, or a trick of the light, but he seems indistinct, blurred around the edges, everything except for the staff. The staff, he seems to be studying its engravings. As you watch, the engravings glow thinly red, like through the cracks of heat-suffused wood. The lines stream like molten metal, burning along the edges of his staff, then branch out in an intricate series of fiery veins, bunching thickly where his hands clutch the wood, pulsing as if a heartbeat. As you watch, the veins spiral into a dozen separate circles. Circles that spiral again until they are arranged in a circle of their own. They pulse, wait, and all is strangely silent. And then suddenly there is a great light from the fire, a rushing of air, a great flash, and you awaken again to see Durances in the same place, still holding his staff, but he is solid, real. He doesn't seem to have noticed you or reacted to what occurred. Okay, so Duran's doing some stuff with his
Thoughts will be as
staff.
silent as my feet.
And I think I want to try and bring the lions over here. It's not like a major choke point, but it is a choke point. So I am gonna leave my people back.
Following your
Kana can stay here, you can go get them. And we can kind of just stay in this region here. Oh, wait. I can talk to him. Thought I felt your eyes on me. Now come the words. I had questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skidding your knuckles on the wrong door.
I love this guy. I saw something strange. You were sitting by the fire and I saw a great light from your staff.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a flash like an explosion, a rushing of air, incredibly bright.
It is the light of the Godhammer you saw.
The Godhammer?
It was a weapon of Deerwood's people, a symbol of their independence. It saved the Deerwood.
What do you know about it?
It brought the Saints' war to an end, knocked a god from his perch. There are few that would deny Eothas overstepped. The Godhammer reminded Eothas of it. You saw its light because I helped shape it, give it life, and release it into the world. Once seen, its glory is almost too bright to be believed, and too bright to be forgotten.
You helped build the Godhammer?
There were 12 of us. We fashioned the weapon, drafted plans for it, prayed for guidance at Ashfall, and it came to me there. Each of us were given a staff made from the forest of black trees around us, glowing with embers and fire far greater than this branch you see now. It felt as if the staff was Magran's own finger, guiding my hand, guiding the other 11, the shadows of the 12 who had come to stand on the bridge to stop Eothas.
Shadows of the 12?
Even in that stand, there was a ritual to it. For the 12 that stood on the bridge, there were a dozen shadows cast, a dozen faithful of Magran, her fiercest supporters and shapers of the Godhammer.
Durance rests the staff in front of him, and the flame atop it curls for a moment, the light flaring slightly. It splits into a ring of flames, one after the other, until a dozen is met.
As 12 held Eothas fast, we 12 unleashed our prayers and let the Godhammer fall.
Then it blossoms brightly, once, and resumes its candle intensity. In the aftermath, the shadows seem sharper in the vicinity, as if they had edges, and you blink to clear your vision. Durance is still staring at the tiny candle-like flame intently.
Shadows cast by the fire of the Godhammer, perhaps. We shared their fate as well in time. Now the spine of the Deerwood is marked by the Godhammer, marked by Magran.
Give me a second. What do you mean, share their fates?
Not all deaths come with stilled breath and stilled heart, or other stilled passions beneath the waste.
Jesus
Some
Christ.
deaths come from silence. The connection we once shared with Magran. After the light of the Godhammer, it was not the same. It was as if we'd lost our senses, and sense of purpose as well. Instead of victory, being welcomed, there was silence, within and without. Not many can claim to have killed a god. It is less a heroic tale than you would think. And such a death, it changed our faith. All faiths, I expect. Doubt followed, and the world changed. I do not believe Magran was pleased by what we had done.
And why is that?
The world is broken, the wheel stilled. There is sickness in the world's heart. Perhaps the price of crossing a god.
Perhaps.
Crossing two gods. Even as Magran shaped our hands, perhaps we carried her will farther than was allowed. Just as Widewind did. Saint Widewind. Mortal arrogance to match mortal arrogance. Yet if the world had changed, then I sought to change with it. If I had forgotten some of Magran's teachings, I would find them again. I would make her see me again.
What did you do?
I remembered Magran's teachings. How reminders on the flesh were more important than the death of a vessel. And I wondered if killing Aethys, if that had simply set him free. Had it allowed him to escape his punishment and be taken on the wheel? Like a mortal? As I stepped from the now blessed Godhammer bridge, I thought of Ashfall. I thought of the War of Black Trees. Wondered if I needed to be burned to find myself again. That is Magran at her heart. At least that is my hope. These are the doubts that befall me.
And what happened when you returned to Ashfall?
The road to Ashfall is long. Gives one time to think. If you think long enough, you do not go home. I left without telling anyone, with only the robes I wore at Halgot, my staff, and my name, which is long buried. Of my fellow 11 craftsmen, disciples, I know not what happened to them, if they suffered the same doubt as I did. But it was underserved. It was wrong. We had done all that, or had asked. Grab victory from defeat and
You feel as if your god has betrayed you.
there is something about being used and cast aside. Perhaps Widewen himself felt it. There at the end, when the hammer struck. To be the proof that your god is hollow as the vessel it inhabits. I tried to find purpose, and avoided all contact with other Magranic priests. Did not seek the walls of Ashfall, and sought to make amends to my god through actions. I joined with the Purges for a time, and not long after came the first signs of the Hollowborn. So many crimes, trespasses, violations. The Salvation. Animancers were another sickness born of the Saints' War. A relapse of innovation, of desperation to heal what we had caused. All seemed worse than before the bridge, not better. And as years passed, the world became even worse still for the victory.
It would seem Magran's silence is your trial. Sweat collects in the sooty creases of his forehead and runs down his ruddy cheeks. It drips from the tip of his nose. His mouth moves, but his utterances make no sound. He is, for once, at a loss. Feeling your gaze, he quickly composes himself, wiping his forehead with the back of a dirty hand.
Worship the whims of some fickle bitch, and you'll never be more than dirt beneath her feet. Worship what she worships, on the other hand. Take her fire for your own, and her esteem comes on its own. Of course, by that time you no longer need it. Trial and transformation, sure as Durance taught.
Durance glares at you and staring into his eyes gives you the feeling of peering over the edge of a great cliff.
You think to put the coals to my feet, but what's burned once will never burn again. These talks are your trial, Watcher. You cannot deflect the truth to one who has already been purified by it.
Okay, so yeah, these dialogues, you definitely need to like the lore and talking to your companions because they are long. Bye-bye, Durance. Let's have some fights here, please. Okay, so I'm gonna pull these lions, and I'm gonna hope I don't get myself killed. as I usually do. So we have an Elder Lion and we have a Lion, and I think they frighten in an AoE. So maybe I should actually get my people a little bit further back. And we're gonna pull and run. And hopefully if I can like get over here, Kana can take the rest. Okay. How long does this last for you? 37.5 seconds. So activate that. Activate this. And you are fine as you are. Maybe I'm gonna give a dire blessing for everybody to get some crits here. Sure, makes sense to me. Okay. Dude, run back. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of lions. I knew there was something I didn't like about this fight. Okay. I'm gonna get more damage here. He's buffed, I'm buffed. So now what do I want? I guess I'm gonna want a chill fog in this region here. He's probably gonna get blinded, but let's see.
Right then. Mow it.
Okay, still got hit. Okay, let's hold here. You go there. So Lion, Elder Lion, Lioness, Lioness, Lioness. So we're gonna focus on the Elder Lion with a blind right here. You are gonna throw out maybe a miasma of dull-mindedness, like in this area. You are gonna shoot this line in the face, and we'll see what happens next. Okay, so Kana is fine where he is. Or maybe just hold this region, like over here. Okay. Painful interdiction. Let me see, did I blind him? I did blind him, which is good. We're gonna get the miasma going. Okay, miasma is out. It did not hit my people, which I like. And it hit hard, 16 seconds is very good. And now I think I'm just gonna start throwing out some minor blights and killing them all. We have a lot of focus on our friend here. So maybe frightening all of the people in the area and sickening them is our best bet. Or I could go for phantom foes. I'm gonna frighten them. Hit this area here. Okay. You are gonna start killing the weaker ones. We're gonna leave this one for last, I think. It's probably the best choice. Okay, painful interdiction, awesome. And let me see. Despondent blows lasts for a long time. 40. Jesus. Okay, well, not this one. Despondent blows over here. Make sure the lions aren't hitting. Okay, you can now start shooting your bombs over here, which is gonna be awesome. They are all sickened and frightened and stuff. Frightened, oh, because they were already frightened. Okay, so that got suppressed, that's okay. And I'm gonna throw out the phantom foes on everybody as well. And you are just shooting.
That's it.
Yeah, okay, this is going splendidly. We can start focusing on the Elder Lion. You can do the same thing. Maybe? Toss a Mind Wave, sure. We can get a Holy Radiance for some extra accuracy.
So much for you.
But this fight is over. Yeah, Elder Lion down. This guy is not... He's pro... Look at the amount of debuffs they have. I love it. I just love it. Okay, focus on that guy. Focus on this one. You can shoot somebody. Okay, move back from the chill fog. Or not.
So much for you.
Okay. Well, this went a lot better than I remembered from the from the past.
Hey.
Because I swear, I remember this fight so well. Because I'm not sure if it was like one of the first times I played the game. but I got completely wrecked in this fight. Completely destroyed. I think maybe I just ran in and got to fighting in open ground. They surrounded me. I'm not sure. But I know I got completely wrecked. Waves are roughly chiseled in the stone. They grasp at Ondra's beloved moon like curling fingers. Oh! I like hatchets. They could be a good pickup for Kana or Edér. Let's check them out. So we got this one. Heart Harvest. Plus 5 deflection, this is the usual thing. Plus 25% burn damage. I think this means it deals 25% of its damage as burn. And it has 3DR bypass. Honestly, for a tank, this doesn't really make much of a difference. If we compare it with a fine hatchet, it's the same thing. Wait, actually this deals more damage. Oh, it's fine, because it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the weapons I currently have. I like them more. But I also wanted to check the Grimoire. Oh, this is something I wanted. Nice. Okay, I do want to learn Slicken. And Mirrored Image. Creates duplicates of the caster to distract enemies, granting a high deflection bonus, which is reduced with each hit taken. How much gold do I have? I'm at 9,000 gold. And I just love learning spells, so I'm gonna learn this spell. Now, do I want to swap something around here? Foe AoE, minus will, dazed. I like that. I like the chill fog. Honestly, I think I'm gonna remove this one and take Slicken. I prefer disabling effects rather than damaging effects. Necrotic Lance, Merciless Kill. What does this do? Oh. This is nice. Combat only. Okay. Maybe I can use that instead of this. Because again, my damage is coming from this here. Okay. And on level 3... I like what I have. At most, I could take out the fireball, but I guess it's a useful effect for like a burst of damage, rather than just long-term damage. And so far I haven't needed this too much, so I think I'm fine. I'll go like this. Okay,
Hey.
that's done. We have cleared out this entire area, with the exception of this small region. Don't really expect anything special to be over here, but we're gonna see anyway. And I'm also gonna pick up the supplies, the camping supplies, before I forget. Oh, plant. Okay. So, the camping supplies are over here. And I also wanted to check something. I remember before I swapped computers that I was messing around with enchanting my weapons with a lash. But I did not end up doing this, right? Or did I put it here? Ah, I put it here. So this one has a corrosive lash, but Borrasane does not. Then again, this one is 7 out of 14. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time thinking about that right now.
Hey.
Okay, get the camping supplies. Thank you very much. And I think we are good to head back to Defiance Bay to complete... Oh, no. This one. We have to go somewhere else, the Black Meadow, to bury the scroll under the skull of the Drake looking east. That's it. Because the god asked for this. So Black Meadow, let's go. I genuinely don't remember what kind of rewards we get with this. Barracks construction completed. What else can I build now? Extra security. What is this? Prestige and security. Perception bonus when resting, not bad. Requires Western Barbican. I might just build this. Wait, it's oh, this one, sorry. I will build this one. Okay. So, did I clear out this area? I think I did, or at least I explored everything. Just make a quick run over here, because I think there are enemies here. Yeah, okay, I think I cleared the area. So, the Drake looking east would be this one. Yep. This Drake's skull faces east. The soil underneath is soft and moist. Bury the scroll of Wael. As you cover the ancient scroll with the last handful of soil, the shifting voice speaks in your head once more. Well done, Watcher. And we have lost the scroll. Okay, well, no experience gained. So I think it's time to head back to Defiance Bay. Let me just check. So this one, we're gonna want to talk to Grimda in Defiance Bay. The nest egg, I remember this being a tough fight, so I don't want to go there just yet. This one is Edér. Oh, we can do this one. Edér's quest. The records of the Saints Sword in an archive in the Ducal Palace. Yeah, we can do this one. Kednua, not yet. Master below is Kednua. This is Sagani. This is Dirford. Grieving Mother. And the Rogue Knight. So, we are going to complete the Parable of Wael. And then we can look into the Fragments of Scattered Faith. And into the Rogue Knight. Okay, so back to Defiance Bay we go. We're going to go into Copper Lane. Sorry, thinking... Yes, Copper Lane. That's where Grimda is. Now, I think since we have a good reputation, since we are like honest people, I think we can tell her that the scroll was lost or something of the sort, and she's still gonna be happy with our results. And I also forgot to use my summons in the in the lion fights. I always forget my summons, and summons are extremely important, especially in Path of the Damned. Okay, so let's go and talk to Grimda. She should be over here.
Hail, traveler.
Grimda glances down her spectacles. Ever inquisitive, I see. Well, we can just be honest and hope she isn't upset with us. I found the scroll, but Wael asked me to hide it again. She gives you a long, stern look. I'd call anyone else a liar with a story like that, but coming from you, she squints behind her thick spectacles. There is a certain logic after all, and if you've served Wael, then you've served me too. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I think if we didn't have a reputation for being honest, she would not believe what we are telling her. And she would be upset and not give us a reward or something. So we got some cool experience. She presents you with a folded section of fabric. Wael is both a keeper and a discoverer of secrets. May this hood aid you in revealing what is obscured and keep you hidden from those who wish you harm. You have gained the item Footpad's Hood added to inventory. You find a key in your palm. You are also free to visit the Elder Archives and take whatever books or scrolls you find in the open. Spreading and circulating new mysteries is part of our service to the obscured. What else do you need? Nothing, thank you. Okay, the Parable of Wael has been completed. Oh, Sagani's quest is also completed. Sagani tracked the Ivory Horn's thieves all the way to Fort Vale. After a small skirmish, 2 thieves are dead. Rather than die for the horn, the remaining thief dropped it and fled. Sagani recovered it and returned it to the arbitrators in Aina's Rest. After ruling in their favor, the remnants of the expedition gave Sagani the Nautilus of Orgramon, a wondrous enchanted shell from the Deadfire Archipelago. Ooh, references to Pillars of Eternity 2. And the item we got is this. 1 per rest, Rain Blight. I think, yeah, this summons a Rain Blight. Okay, sure. We got some experience, we got some money. Nice. Our construction is still underway.
Hey.
And what about the hood we got? This is the hood. So this will give us +2 stealth and +1 to perception, which we like. Especially on our rogue here. So let's see. Do I have a bonus to perception right now? Honestly? No, okay. I was gonna say this should be on Edér, but he has damage reduction. So that's better, I think. And it doesn't stack, right? Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so this is Gon's Pledge, which I never use. +2 to dexterity and just saves. So this should increase our perception. Just making sure here. Our perception is 20. Now you can see my lovely face. And now my perception is 21. And we also have a bonus for stealth, which is also useful for our character. So a very, very nice pickup. And it's actually early on. Pardon me. So this guy should now let us go in. Okay, we have Grimda's permission, so don't mess this up. Okay, cool. I'm gonna close this so people don't spy on me, because this is actually considered stealing.
They shall see nothing.
But
while
if we
I
are
see
not
much.
being spotted, I am gonna steal. That's just who I am. I am a rogue, it's what I do. Okay, so none of this matters right now. I'll just pretty much take books to sell. Scrolls. Take them. Oh god! Was it my
Yes.
pig that opened the door? You bastard!
Yes.
Oh, trapped? It is trapped. No.
Hey.
I don't like this. But if anyone can trigger this, it's gonna be Edér. Right, Edér? You're not gonna die, right? Oh god. Malignant Cloud.
But I'm slow.
Okay, but if I move back, I'm just fine, right? And I can just speed this up. Okay, good. So, Edér is fine.
What is it?
Just check if there's any other trap. No. Why was this trapped? Theorems of Pangram. A heavy old book that carries the dust of centuries. The pages are as fine and thin as onion skin and covered with obscure diagrams and notes on animancy. This got me curious since it was trapped. Wait, who got the book? Did nobody get the book? Oh, look, it's considered a quest item. Okay. Maybe I picked this up too early? I don't know. Whoops.
Hey.
Okay, well. Let's continue. And I can try and unlock into Edér's quest. If I remember where to go, which is always something to keep in mind. And it is the Ducal Palace, I believe. The Ducal Palace, okay. So, for the Ducal Palace, I think we want to go into the first fires, I believe. And I think this is where the Ducal Palace is located. And it makes sense, right? It's in the center of the city. Yeah, Ducal Palace. Okay, let's go there. Oh, her.
Politics, infighting, greed, and a shrine to Magran as well. Her clergy belongs there.
Wait, where? Is this a statue to Magran? Oh, maybe it is. Okay. Sidley.
Hail and well met.
The young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around her with quiet attention. Any news to share, or are you just here to see the Ducal Palace? Who are you? I'm a page here at the palace. I deliver messages and run errands for the Duke and his advisors. The pay's not great, but I can't think of a better introduction to politics. Looking for news? Sure. What goes on in here? She laughs. Where to start? We've got meetings, public hearings, and ceremonies, and that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. She leans a little closer. This is where the Duke and his key advisors work, and there's always someone bartering for a favor. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to talk about that side of things. But if you want the official version, she clears her throat and gestures counterclockwise around the palace, we have a shrine devoted to Magran, official records, and chambers for public hearings and council meetings. What kind of records are stored here? Mostly dull official stuff. Census counts, tax records, militia registers. Now, I keep my distance. I got curious one day and got drafted into reshelving half of the records. Worst day of my life. Okay, well, tell me about the Shrine of Magran. It's a symbol of Magran's protection of Defiance Bay. She's represented the revolutionary spirit of the Deerwood ever since independence, and their involvement in creating the Godhammer bomb only affirmed their importance to us. She scratches her neck. That's also where the first of the sacred fires burn, but Firga, the tranquil ardent, has had trouble keeping them lit. Okay, bye-bye. And, ooh. Every time I see something to steal, I'm gonna try steal. Okay.
What is it?
Let's see.
A blade
Okay,
in the
nobody
dark.
can spot me. It's not trapped. Sure, take some helmets. Why not?
Hey.
And if I remember correctly, I think... No, this is a shrine. We can just check it out. Oh, Firga, right. Most bright Magran, transform us with your flame. A stone figure of a warrior gazes toward the raised hand. It's empty, but the palm and fingers are blackened.
Welcome.
The woman's head is bowed as her lips move in prayer. Just as you approach, you catch her glimpsing at the statue near her. She notices you and forces a smile. Praise be to Magran, and welcome to her temple. How may I be of service? You seem upset. What's wrong? Her shoulders slump. This is about the fires, isn't it? She puts a hand on your shoulder. They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. The fires? She sighs. The sacred pyres all around town. You must have seen the statues of the goddess around the city, holding up empty braziers. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now. And people need to see them more now than ever. See more than ever these days. What does that mean? It's my devotions and prayers that keep them lit. But lately, when I try to pray, all I can think about are the hollowborn all over the city, the grieving families, the refugees. She shakes her head. How could Magran allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child? Durances grunts with disdain. What strength do we gain from adversity, from trial and test? This is actually very important. I agree with this 100%. This is very important in the lives of anyone. The fires don't wither because she lacks in faith. They wither because she does not understand how to be faithful to a whore. A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services, and Magran is paid and pleasured in sweat and struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Magran's womanly heart. Heat, sorry. I just love this. And this has shaken your faith? She nods, running her hands through her hair. but I believe Magran may be speaking to me again. She frowns and casts a quick glance in your direction. This will likely sound so far-fetched to someone like you. Lately, I've been seeing visions. A place in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of color. Strange falls that seem to rise to the heavens even while they splash into the earth. She raises her hands as if framing an image of her vision. And behind the falls is a cave, filled with fire and heat and danger, and some token of my goddess. I know there's something there, but where it is, or how I'd get it, she shakes her head. I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall to see if anyone recognizes the description. To be honest though, I don't know what I'd do if I found the place. Worthless, like so many of Magran's flock, afraid of her god's tests. If Magran speaks to her, it is to hasten an end to an hypocrite's life, and this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. What's the significance of the sacred pyres? They symbolize Magran's power and guidance, and right now the people of Defiance Bay need to be assured of her presence. She crosses her arms, staring at the statue. Our neighbors in the Valen Republic see us as superstitious, but we're just sensitive to the signs and warnings of the gods. Something else? Tell me about the temple. Magran is the most revered goddess among us Dirwoodens, so it's no surprise that her temple is part of the Ducal Palace. Her fires symbolize trials, revolutions, and the blazing of new paths, all of which are important to us. She gestures to the statue. This is the first of the sacred pyres. When this is lit, so are the rest around the city. Okay, goodbye. Oh, but we do get a quest, Cinders of Faith. Firga, tranquil ardent of Magran, has had her faith shaken by the Hollowborn Christ in Defiance Bay. As a result, she's been unable to keep the city's sacred fires lit. They're a symbol of triumph and protection, they're more important now than ever. Okay, so Firga had visions of a cave at a place with multicolored pools and a rising waterfall. She believes that something there would restore her faith, but she also believes that something else there would try to kill her. If I were to find this item for her, she might be able to resume her duties and resurrect the sacred fires of Defiance Bay. Firga didn't know where to find the place she saw in her vision, but someone at the expedition hall might know. I found a map pinpointing the location of a place called Searing Falls. It's a long journey, but at least I know where it is now. I think this is something we picked up before, without really knowing what it was.
Hey.
Okay, so I guess we have one part of our quest done. I can't steal that. And is this where I can find the record keeper? I think so, yeah, okay. So I cannot steal this, right?
What is
because
it?
this guy can see me?
He won't see me.
Yeah,
coming.
okay.
Greetings.
Greetings. A taciturn man with graying hair pores over a tome he's just withdrawn from one of the shelves. He glances up at you with baggy eyes. Yes, is that something I can pull for you? I'm looking for militia records from the time of the Saints' War, trying to find out what happened to someone. The man clears his throat. We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we've had to bar access to the public. Seems there are still quite a number of folk in Dirwood who bear ill will toward the Red Serens. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone. Many came to settle here as refugees. Perhaps if you were more established in Defiance Bay, things would be different, but I have no reason to suspect you to be any different from the others. There is something peculiar about the records keeper's inflection. The differences are subtle, but it does not sound like any native Dirwooden you've heard. As the record keeper gestures, you also notice faint scars on both his wrists where shackles once clasped. Those scars on your wrists, you were a prisoner. Was once. Now I'm happily free to do my job, which for you, I'm afraid, means you will still have to seek your information elsewhere. Yeah, we're not playing an evil guy here. So, farewell? Maybe if I speak to him with Edér?
Greetings.
No, he doesn't care, really? Oh! Okay.
Hey.
I'm guessing Edér is gonna want to speak to me, like, very soon or once we leave the Ducal Castle? Or the Palace, I mean. Only people with official invitations are allowed to observe the Animancy hearings. Alright. Is this closed as well? Yes, it is. So, is there a hearing taking place? Oh, I lost that dialogue option. Okay. Tell me about the current Duke. That would be Evar Wolfgren. Don't let the title fool you though. Our Dukes have been elected since independence. Some find Duke Evar rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think a rough and tumble type is just what Defiance Bay needs. Okay, well, thanks. I want to talk to Edér. I don't understand if I missed something here. Do I have to go for something like I take what I want?
Hey.
Okay, sorry. Let me just check this again because it's feeling rather weird.
Of course.
I'm not gonna go for the I take what I want. I don't think that's a good
Gods
option for
keep
us.
Hey.
Okay, wait.
Hail and
So
well
if I
met.
initiate conversation with Edér, we've come a long way. Oh, okay. So we went with you're a prisoner option, so Edér didn't speak, I think. I just need to find out about my brother. I don't even know what side he fought for. You must understand. I have heard many such stories. I'm afraid there is nothing I can do for you. Okay. Well.
Hey.
This is not as I remembered it, or maybe when I played before I used the I take what I want option. Okay, I think we're gonna have to see how this unravels. Maybe after a rest, Edér will speak to me again. Because the quest... What does this say? The records keeper was unwilling to show us records from the Saints' War, citing concerns about vengeful Dirwudans hunting down Red Saren's refugees. He said things might be different were my reputation in the city stronger. Okay, so we're gonna go the good way and not threaten the guy. I'll just try to improve my reputation and with that,
What is
you know, go back and
Hey.
do what needs to be done. Okay, so I think this is a good place for us to end our episode. I'm just gonna mark what I want to do next, which is gonna be the Rogue Knight, which I actually think it's... no, it's not here, but it's in Defiance Bay, I believe.
Hey.
That's gonna be our next destination, and then probably just kind of explore Defiance Bay, see if we can find some other NPCs, some more quests, and pick it up from there. So, as always, thank you so much guys for being here with me in the channel, watching some Pillars of Eternity be played for the Triple Crown achievement. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, leave a comment below. If you want to see more videos coming to the channel, feel free to subscribe. It's a free and easy way to support the channel, and I'm putting out videos every single day. So, I hope to see you all in the next episode, and until then, stay safe everyone.